In Tijuana, asylum seekers marched to the El Chaparral port of entry, demanding that the U.S. restore asylum proceedings for the thousands of migrants fleeing their home countries and arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. Across the border in San Isidro, advocates read the stories of some of these asylum seekers.
We cannot return to Honduras because our lives are in danger. I also do not feel safe in Tijuana, and the closure of the border has left us without work.
Before the pandemic, many asylum seekers were waiting months in Mexico for their chance to appear in U.S. court for an asylum hearing. Since COVID-19 limited travel across the border, however, the U.S. asylum system has ground to a halt, as the U.S. has expelled anyone who crosses the border without authorization in a matter of minutes, and postponed many scheduled asylum hearings.
There's a lot of uncertainty and fear for our asylum-seeking siblings in Tijuana because their dates are having to be postponed. There's a lack of information, a lack of resources. They don't have any certainty in their asylum process.
The two groups converging at the border issued a list of demands, including the end of the controversial Remain in Mexico policy, the reopening of the border for asylum seekers, more support for immigrants from the Mexican government, and the end of waiting lists for people who want to declare asylum. Garcia says next month's presidential election will prove pivotal in the lives of these asylum seekers, but she believes a lot of damage has already been done. Earlier this week, ACLU lawyers said they've been unable to find the parents of 545 young asylum seekers who had been separated at the border in 2017.
Essentially, this administration has undone all protections for refugees and for asylum seekers. So if there is a new administration, if there is a change of administration, we expect that there would be a respect of asylum laws, both domestic and international laws. The U.S. was the driving force for protections for asylum seekers. We were setting an example for the rest of the world until this administration.
On Monday, the Supreme Court announced it would soon be hearing a challenge to the Remain in Mexico program. The administration's migrant expulsion policy is also being challenged in court. Max Rivlin-Nadler, KPBS News.